Have you ever stopped to think about the very first words you speak each morning? They might be complaints, or they might be words of encouragement. Those words are like seeds sown into the fresh soil of your mind, and from them your entire day grows. If you plant seeds of worry or discontent, then heavy clouds will follow you wherever you go. But if you choose to plant seeds of clarity, peace, and purpose, you will find the strength to face whatever challenges come your way. In Buddhist teachings, the morning is considered a sacred moment. Monks often begin their day with chanting and meditation because they understand that the mind just after waking is like a still lake, clear, bright, and ready to reflect the truth. We may not live in a monastery, but this wisdom still applies to us. When you choose the right words to say to yourself at the start of the day, you set a positive rhythm that carries through the hours ahead. In this video, I will share 8 morning reminders, not empty slogans, but spiritual anchors drawn from Buddhist wisdom. These reminders have the power to transform your energy, bring clarity to your thoughts, and awaken compassion in every action you take. As you listen, do not just let the words pass through your ears. Try speaking them softly, even whispering them to yourself. Feel each word in your body, in the rhythm of your heartbeat. Because when you change the words you speak to yourself, you change the world you live in. The first reminder may sound simple, yet it is profoundly deep. I am still alive. Today is a rare gift, and I will not waste it. That may sound obvious, but ask yourself, how often do you open your eyes and immediately rush into work, forgetting the miracle of simply breathing? The Buddha taught that impermanence is the very nature of life. Joy, sorrow, even this breath, nothing lasts forever. And it is this very fragility that makes every moment precious. To remember impermanence is to remember that this sunrise, this opportunity, this very day will never return again. When you tell yourself, today is a gift, then the small annoyances, traffic, the weather, waiting in line lose their heaviness. Because you know a deeper truth, one more breath, is already a blessing that many people do not have. So I invite you to try a simple practice. Close your eyes for a moment and think of one thing you are grateful for this morning: the warmth of your blanket, the smile of someone you love, or simply the chance to hear these words. Hold that gratitude for the length of one breath. Feel your chest soften, your heart grow stronger. That is the power of thankfulness. It not only shifts your mood, but fills your spirit with new energy. When you see life as a gift, you no longer drag yourself through the day. You rise to live it fully. Vitality does not only come from a good night's sleep or a nourishing meal. It also comes from where you place your mind. Wherever your mind rests, your energy flows. Imagine your mind as a garden. Every thought is a seed. When you water the flowers, kindness, clarity, hope, the garden blooms, and your heart opens wide. But if you pour water onto weeds, doubts, complaints, dissatisfaction, they will spread and crowd out the space within you. The Buddha once compared the mind to a field that must be cultivated with care. Whatever seed you repeat again and again will grow the deepest roots. If you constantly focus on what you lack, a sense of emptiness will overtake you. But if you focus on your strengths and opportunities, you will feel alive and abundant. This is not just ancient philosophy. Even modern science agrees. Psychology shows that attention shapes emotion, and neuroscience proves that the brain literally rewires itself according to repeated thoughts. If you keep rehearsing anxious scenarios, your nervous system tightens like a string pulled too hard, and your energy slowly drains away. But when you nurture uplifting thoughts, your body responds with relaxation, your heart opens, and strength returns. So tomorrow morning, when you notice your mind sliding into negativity, gently remind yourself, my energy follows where my mind goes. Then ask, which seed am I watering right now? Simply being present with that question shifts the current of your day. When you lead your mind toward what nourishes you, are not just surviving, you are thriving. The third reminder, I breathe in calm, I breathe out clarity. Most of us wake up and immediately rush, checking messages, making lists, worrying about what is to come. But true energy does not rise out of haste. It grows from stillness. The Buddha called the breath the bridge between body and mind. When the breath is slow and steady, the mind becomes grounded. When the breath is chaotic, the mind is unsettled. Just a few mindful breaths in the morning can color the entire day. Let us try this together. Inhale deeply through your nose and whisper within, I breathe in calm. Hold it for 1 beat, then exhale slowly and whisper, I breathe out clarity. Repeat 3 times. Feel your body soften your shoulders, release your mind, become lighter and more focused. In just 1 minute, you press the reset button for your spirit. This practice reminds us that energy does not come from frantic motion. Real energy comes from clarity, and clarity is born from stillness. If every morning you begin with just 1 mindful minute of breathing, you create a solid anchor before the world rushes in with noise and distraction. The fourth reminder, my choices create this day. This is where the teaching of karma comes alive. Karma is not a reward or punishment from some outside power. It is the chain of cause and effect that we ourselves plant and harvest. The seeds you sow in the morning through thought, word, and deed become the field you will reap by sunset. If you plant impatience, you will harvest exhaustion. But if you plant understanding and patience, you will harvest peace even in the smallest moments. If you plant kindness, you will reap connection. If you plant patience, you will reap relief. Every action, however small, creates ripples that touch others and also nourish your own soul. Pause for a few seconds and picture this day as a wide open field. In your hands is a bag of seeds. Which seeds will you sow? A seed of patience in traffic, a seed of generosity in your words, a seed of discipline when you sit down to work. By choosing even 1 good action for today, you will feel your heart shift right now. The Buddha taught, what we are today is the result of our thoughts of yesterday, and our thoughts today create the life of tomorrow. When you remind yourself, I am the author of my actions, you reclaim your power. Life is no longer something happening to you, it is something you are writing with your own hands. The fifth reminder, I honor my body with care and mindfulness. Buddhism teaches us to practice mindfulness not only with the mind, but also with the body. The body is the doorway through which we experience life. If we neglect it, energy slowly fades. But when we nourish it with gratitude, energy multiplies. This does not mean chasing a perfect image. It simply means treating the body as a sacred temple, walking with awareness, sitting upright, with presence, eating with gratitude, and resting when needed. Modern science confirms the same truth. Body and mind are an unbroken circle. A sluggish body makes the mind heavy, but just a few minutes of stretching, a warm glass of water in the morning, or a slow, mindful walk can clear the mind, spark creativity, and restore focus. Each morning when you say to yourself, this body is my temple, you remind yourself to care for the vessel that carries your life. Eating mindfully, moving with gratitude, resting at the right time, these are not small habits. They are ways of honoring the very life flowing through every cell within you. The sixth reminder, when I give kindness, I receive energy. At first you might think, if I give, I will lose something. But in the spirit of compassion, Metta-Buddhism teaches the opposite. The more you give, the more full you become. Think about the heaviness you feel when holding on to anger or resentment. It drains you like carrying a sack of stones on your back. But with just 1 smile, 1 gentle word, or even a silent wish for someone's peace, your heart feels lighter and brighter. That lightness itself is energy. The Buddha compared compassion to a lamp. When 1 lamp lights another, the flame is not diminished, it multiplies. Compassion is the same. The more it is shared, the more radiant it becomes. Try it right now. Close your eyes and think of someone. It could be a loved one, a stranger you passed, or even yourself. Then silently send 3 wishes. May you be well. May you be safe. May you live with ease. The warmth that spreads from your chest through your body is the proof when you give kindness, you lose nothing. In fact, you are tapping into an endless current of vitality within yourself. The 7th reminder: I see my thoughts, but I am greater than my thoughts. How many times have you woken up only to be swallowed by worries before the day even begins? The unpaid bill, the difficult conversation, the mistake that lingers from yesterday. These thoughts pull you down like quicksand, draining your energy before you even step out of bed. But Buddhist wisdom reminds us, we are not our thoughts. Thoughts are like clouds. They appear, they change, and they fade away. But the sky, vast, clear, unmoving, remains untouched. You are that sky, not the passing clouds. Here is a simple practice name, one worry that is present in you right now. Gently place it on a white cloud in your mind and picture that cloud drifting farther and farther away. As it shrinks on the horizon, you feel the wide open space left behind in your heart. That space is your true nature, steady, vast, and free. When you begin your morning with the reminder, I see my thoughts, but I am greater than my thoughts, you free your energy from the chains of worry. You reclaim your natural clarity, like a calm lake once the winds have stilled. The 8th reminder: today I rise with energy, shine with wisdom, and serve with compassion. This is the heart of Buddhist practice in everyday life. Energy without wisdom can turn into chaos. Wisdom without compassion becomes cold. But when energy, clarity, and compassion come together, you do not just move through the day, you turn it into a meaningful journey. Picture yourself starting the morning by standing tall, breathing deeply and softly, declaring, I rise, I shine, I serve. Such a short statement, yet it immediately shifts you from the mindset of getting through the day to the mindset of creating the day. With a strong intention in the morning, the day unfolds naturally. When challenges come, you meet them with strength. When decisions arrive, you choose with wisdom. When people cross your path, you greet them with kindness. That is how an ordinary day becomes extraordinary. Every morning is a new beginning, a chance to sow the seeds that will bloom throughout the day. These 8 morning reminders, rooted in Buddhist wisdom, are not just beautiful words, but practical guides to help you live with more energy, clarity, and compassion. When you remind yourself that you are alive, that each breath is a gift that you can choose, nourishing thoughts, care for your body, and offer kindness, you are shaping a life of strength, peace, and purpose. This is the power of Buddhist wisdom to transform ordinary moments into something extraordinary. Do not think of these reminders as distant philosophy. Make them your own daily mindfulness practice. Spend just 5 minutes each morning breathing with awareness, choosing a good seed to plant, and setting a clear intention for the day. You will notice a shift, not only in your mood, but also in how you meet the world. Your energy will no longer leak away into worry or anger. It will gather so you can live with peace, focus, and compassion. If you find these reminders helpful, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Each day you will receive more morning reminders, simple yet profound lessons from Buddhist wisdom to help us build lives that are strong, clear, and full of love. Let us rise, shine, and serve together, because when you change the way you begin your morning, you change your entire life.